Welcome to Partner Penetration. I'm Jay.
And I'm T.
And yeah, I don't know how many times I gotta keep filling in, man.
Just pulling you from behind the camera, man.
I just be trying to, I have to keep missing Bible study, but it is what it is. I mean, I don't know where's she at. She's not sick this time.
No, she's not sick. She's traveling.
Traveling?
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully she doesn't have. Well, hopefully she doesn't get assaulted at that conference, wherever the hell she is.
There's assault?
Yeah.
So we gotta be careful now.
We call them researchers. I call them hackers. Or you call them
ethical hacking.
Some ethical hackers found, was it like a server that wasn't being protected?
Yeah, I think it was.
That was had all the information for the casino kiosk in Vegas for a good amount. I saw two places I actually frequent with, Hard Rocking and the Caesar's Palace.
That's a lot of information.
And yeah, well, apparently these two guys found it. They brought it to the company's attention that owns the servers, and they got the runaround for what, 4 months?
4 months, okay.
4 months they got the runaround, so they ran up on the COO
where they at least promised some money for finding.
Yeah, it was, I think $60,000.
Okay.
$60,000 for finding it.
If you gave me the runaround for $60,000 for 4 months, I would for finding potentially a huge breach in data, I would be very upset.
Yeah, because those kiosks, when I don't know if you've ever gotten a player's card from a casino, but when you swipe your driver's license, so they know your address, full name, whatever, all the data's in there as well. So yeah, so they ran up on him at the ICE conference. As soon as he introduced himself to the guy, he got assaulted.
But you're gonna assault me after you promised me and my buddy $60,000 for potentially, helping you fix this huge breach.
I mean, that's just when you realize somebody is taking the work home a little too much and is a little too invested in the job. Because a lot of these other people you could have been the guy who exposed that he's a fraud. Mm-hmm. He would just smiled in your face and kept it moving. He would never have just assaulted you.
Right.
But anyway, hope that hasn't happened to you at a conference.
No, I have not been assaulted at any conference. Everything has been great. Actually, speaking of, things not being secure, they just did a ranking of about 60 countries from least secure to most secure, and they found that Algeria was ranked as the lowest. The lowest country was rated for least secure aware. Cybersecurity aware is what it is. Japan was ranked the first. They did different metrics such as, you wouldn't be surprised, but they did different metrics such as computers affected with malware, mobile devices affected with malware, also whether it was they had legislation in place, and how best they were going to be able to prepare for attack. So the interesting thing about it is, while Algeria was ranked last and other countries were ranked higher, there was no sweeping. There's no country that just swept across the board for being secure in this area and being secure there. While they ranked low in actually legislation and computer malware, they received high categories because they didn't have any mobile malware incidences. So the normal countries you would think would be at the top: France, Germany, Denmark, the United States, and Canada, in no particular order, except for Japan was first.
Okay.
So.
I don't know. I thought North Korea would have been number one. Who's getting in?
No one's getting in.
But they keep hacking people.
Yeah. That is true.
I mean, them and Russia, I expected to be at the top of the list.
Yeah. Germany, while it was ranked pretty high, actually, the trend of this, what you would think is that most well-developed countries, they actually were some of the most prepared in regards to some of the lesser developed countries. Germany, while it was higher prepared, it actually had the highest number of financial attacks launched against them. So it kind of...
Well, yeah, because if you're more developed and you have more businesses, there's more opportunities to be attacked.
Right.
But I still think the most secure, Antarctica.
There's nobody there.
Exactly. There's
no government penguins? There. There's nothing there. The penguins don't have any sense of electronic or personal data anywhere.
I'm pretty sure that... No, come on, man. The penguins definitely got some kind of dating app. They have to by now. The researchers have been tagging them and putting stuff on them. They have to have something. I want to know if those tags are secure. That's what I want to know.
Okay.
But as long as you don't fault, researcher, since we're using that that term so loosely now. One researcher created a malicious USB cable.
Okay.
And what it does is when you plug it into a computer, it registers as a keyboard and mouse.
Okay. Wow.
And then through the app on his phone, he can then control your computer to take you to malicious websites and do what he wants. It's pretty much like having a wireless keyboard and mouse right in front of the computer.
Just someone just hooked up a USB to the side and able to...
Yeah, the one he used is a lightning cable.
Okay.
Just like, just another L for Apple. So, yeah, he uses that. He said he spent around, $400?
Okay.
And 300 hours it took him to make it. It's really, everything's in the USB head.
Okay.
So it's a small chip in there. He said he's going to start selling them.
That'll be interesting. Just imagine someone randomly comes up to you while you're at Starbucks or whatever and just, hey, I don't have my wall charger. Can I just plug it in, charge it up?
Oh, that's suspect.
It would be a little suspect.
Trent,
but
if me and you were sitting in Starbucks, what are the odds of someone asking to charge their phone off of our computers?
I'm just saying, it could happen. It could happen at university.
University?
We're more cyber and security aware than a lot of other people, but there's some people out there who may just trying to be a kind human being, like, yeah, his phone's dying, and the next thing you know, it's wondering why his keyboard and mouse.
You know what I would do? I would purposely, if I were to do that, but this is just based off of the things I've seen. I'm not an ethical hacker. I'm not a black hat. I'm not a hacker, period. But if I were to use this, I would just put a keylogger. Just straight keylogger. Put a keylogger in, and then just hope that they log into their financial, their bank or PayPal, and just wire money later, like a week later.
Well, he wherever he's controlling it from, he probably has a keylogger on there. Probably something from there.
Keylogger. Also, I would make him I would purposely set up a stream farm on his machine so that my mixtape could go platinum. If I had a mixtape.
If you had a mixtape, okay. So, short news, but Australia's parliament recently suffered a cyber attack. There was no data that was actually that was taken out of it, but they did go after politicians and things like that. They did find out no information was assessed, so they immediately found out what was going on, and they reset all the politicians' passwords. So they would go for proactively seeing what's going on and remediating it pretty quickly.
Man, I mean, yes, that is short news.
Very short news.
So did anybody get hurt, breached?
No one got breached. No information. They just saw some stuff was going around and decided to change out some passwords.
That's not fun. Well, speaking of passwords, though, someone did find a 0-day, was it 0-day?
Yeah, 0-day
for the MacOS keychain. Was it Mojave?
Mojave is the current one.
That's the current OS X right now, whatever.
Okay.
And apparently they don't offer a bounty program for macOS.
But they offer it for everything else.
Yeah, they offer it for iOS. But for macOS, they don't have one. And the guy is not going to, the researcher, he's not going to he's not going to let Apple know what it is.
What exactly he found, the steps he took.
That way, because they don't have a bounty. They're not going to pay him.
But they're just going to pay this 14-year-old kid who found the Facebook bounty, the FaceTime bug.
Mm-hmm. How much is he getting?
They didn't release it yet, but their bug bounties pay up to $200,000.
He should, for a keychain, that should definitely be up there with around between 100 and 200K.
Yeah.
That would be, come on. All your users, think about the type of people who have Mac laptops and the iMacs. They usually save their passwords in Keychain.
Some do, yes.
I don't.
You don't? Oh.
No, I save everything in my head.
Oh, yeah, you do.
No, I'm old school. If I forget it, it's not
never happened. No, you do have a MacBook, but yeah, you.
No, actually, the password on my stuff for the MacBook is not that secure. But if you guessed it, you are weird.
We're going to change that. We're going to get you to a more secure password. That's what we're going to do. That's part of our goals.
Yeah, eventually.
It's part of our goals on the show. So while keychains and stuff can be been stolen, from macOS, there was actually a phishing attack that was launched at federal credit unions who did the anti-money laundering. They have what's called BSAs, and with the whole 9/11 and everything that happened, the government decided to have these BSA contacts at banks and credit unions, and what they would do is they would look and find any financial data or transaction that may be suspicious, reporting anti-money laundering, and other BSAs usually communicate to each other from different credit unions. So what happened is they noticed that there was a phishing attack that was going, but it was only geared towards the BSAs at multiple credit unions.
Okay.
And the emails contained a PDF. It wasn't a malware written PDF. It actually checked out clean, but there was a link to a malicious site in there. So it was kind of weird because the information for the BSA's contacts is supposed to be secure. It's all supposed to be in a national database that only they communicate with. So they're trying to figure out who leaked this stuff, where did it come from. They thought it was the National Credit Union Administration, but they came back. They said it wasn't us. A couple more investigations going on. So it was pretty interesting. They're trying to figure out where this leak is coming from.
Well, dang. I don't want the little guys to be taking hits like that because credit unions are actually pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, they help us out financially.
They do.
But you gotta get more secure than that. That shouldn't be happening.
No, it shouldn't be happening. But the FBI.
But if they're gonna do that, might as well get rid of homes.
Just wipe them out. Student loans, car loans. We just wiping out all financial free. The FBI did come back. They wanted to tell people. They wanted to remind everybody. If you're getting any links, if you're getting emails that's telling you to click on links, you don't want to click on them. You want to, not open up any attachments from things that you don't realize, that you look at and you're like, hey, I don't know if this is safe and things like that. You want to also, make sure that if it's someone that and they're sending you something that's just out of the blue, like open this attachment and you weren't expecting it, just to reach back out to them, be proactive, see if they really did send it. And even if you're being contacted by phone, if someone's, we get those telemarketers all the time, try and contact them back, get a hang up, call back, see if it's the right number, and just
FaceTime you, bro.
FaceTime you?
Yeah. Okay. Prove it. Like if I saw email come from you and it was like, hey man, I need $1,000. First of all, I'm marking it as a spam. I don't care where it came from, if it's spoofed or not. But I would like, if you really, hit me up. If you're gonna ask for money, call them.
Yeah. You need a more personal touch than that.
Google's already marking all my PayPal emails as suspicious, and it's just saying, "Hey,
what are you doing?"
It's just offers.
Okay.
They're just PayPal. Come on, they're a financial institution. They were hey, you.
Oh, you have this. You can check out this PayPal card and things like that.
Yeah, hey, get on our credit card. I'm like,
no, thank you.
Not when Google's marking you. It's Google's trying to look out. Like, hey man, you can't. We seen your bank. Don't do it.
But the one interesting thing that they did catch that coming from the BSAs is that the spoofs was coming from other BSAs, but it wasn't coming. The domain on the email address actually wasn't coming from that credit union. It was coming from something else, and words was misspelled and things like that. So they're able to catch it. They don't know if anyone actually opened it up and clicked on the link.
Did. Come on, man.
Someone had to.
I love seeing those spoofed emails, and they have the worst spelling or the graphic didn't load properly, so it's all off. I always want to email them back, try again. Try again. But at least they're coming through emails. What if your iPhone apps were just recording you while you're using your phone? Just
come on. We just talked about Facebook last week with their privacy issues.
FaceTime.
Recording, FaceTime. We had VPN issues recording. Mm-hmm. Come on, what's going on?
Yeah, now there are iPhone apps out there that are recording your screen while you use the app and then sending it to them. I'm guessing just for data.
Right.
To kind of learn how you use the app.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that'd be cool, but that's what you're supposed to have QA for.
Exactly.
Not at least pay me if you're gonna record my screen.
Something. It's getting ridiculous. They're sending it. I bet you they're doing it without our consent and things like that.
No consent at all. Just out there. The apps they had as an example inside there, not apps I use.
Right.
I don't even have an iPhone anymore. Thanks, Mom. But anyway, that's all I got for all these Apple L's for today.
Just throwing Apple under the bus today.
Well, do you have any church announcements?
No church announcements.
All right. The only church announcement I have is Black History Month.
Okay.
You should be doing this on a regular. You should have already done this if you are a person of color.
Okay.
Just acknowledge that how far how much stuff someone else had to go through for you to be where you are. If you are in tech, although we are a minority in IT, it's so amazing that we're in there.
Yeah, it is.
And just take time to appreciate that.
I do. Sometimes I look around like, wow, like I don't really, as we talked about before, me and the other Jay, we didn't really see that many people of color in IT security around here.
I think it's just in 5 where I work. In our building.
Right.
But it's what it is.
But see where we came from, we know where we could go, and just celebrate it. Take the day every day to just learn something new about Black history that you didn't know.
Take Fridays off. No, I was supposed to, you got the PTO going.
The new Black Fridays is what you're going to call it.
All right. This has been Part of the Penetration. I'm Jay.
And I'm T.
Peace.